Oh, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another GONG video. We got welcome back to the Virtual Campfire.
In this series called the Virtual Campfire, we look at online internet scary stories and creepypastas and stuff like that, and we give commentary and rank them. And so join us today in our Virtual Campfire. Okay.
Today,
So
instead,
Gerald,
what's up?
what are we reading today?
I was just going over there before I was so rudely interrupted. But instead of using creepypasta.org or .net or whatever the hell that website was, we're using Reddit r/scarystories, and we are reading Never Walk Alone by user K Babel. All right, here we go.
Let's go.
Back when I was a sophomore student, I always had to walk home from school every day around 4 p.m. I didn't have any friends to walk with, and I didn't have a phone at the time, so I had to be extra careful every day. The neighbor that my school and house was in wasn't too bad. We had cops almost everywhere riding around to get to work, and people that I knew everywhere. However, this one night was different. On a Tuesday, I had to stay in for class to finish a bit of my work. We were having an exam the next day, so I wanted to finish all of my tests before that. At the time, I wasn't really working on my previous tests since I was working on other kinds of things that were personal. I know it's a bad habit to be doing that, but at the time I didn't understand how difficult it would be for me because of that.
Literally me.
Oh.
It's more like I don't care actually.
Oh yeah, I don't. While working on my test, there was about 2 other teachers in the room. One of them, I'll call Mr. Sharp, was about 6.5 feet tall and was very fit and strict. The other was basically just like him, and we'll call him Mr. Cray. They were signing off paperwork as it seemed, and were checking their phones very often, and they looked like to be texting someone else, but I was pretty sure that they were just saving notes or something. Eventually, I had finished my work at around 9 p.m. Since it was close to wintertime, it got pitch black at around that time. I grabbed my backpack and my work and dropped it off on the desk to the right of Mr. Sharp. I was about to leave class when Mr. Cray asked, "It's kind of dark and unsafe to be walking alone at this time. Mind if we give you a ride?" "Oh no, I'm fine, thank you," I replied. I thought it was kind of strange that they were both going to ride together. I shrugged it off and just continued out of the classroom. While walking down the hall, I heard both of the teachers talking about something, but I couldn't tell what. I just walked faster to get out of that school so that I can run home safely. This kid's nosy as shit. Mind your business. The teacher's just trying to help you. Be like, why you thinking shit's strange and you trying to eavesdrop on their conversation? Mind your business. Just head home, okay? And goddamn, I got teachers that carpool. Remember? What's her face?
Oh yeah.
When I had reached the school's front doors, I opened them and ran for it home. I had heard footsteps behind me running as well, so I got even more worried and ran faster. Eventually, I heard footsteps stop and enter a car. I didn't look back. I just continued to sprint down the road. I had a car driving behind me, so I turned around, and it was a black car. I couldn't see in the pitch black, so I ran off of the road into some nearby trees since our neighborhood had a forest surrounding it. Ran off stepping on branches and ducked behind a nearby bush. Fell to the ground, feeling like throwing up and my legs numb. I ducked with my knees close to my chest and my head tucked into my legs. I heard footsteps right in front of me and saw a light through the bush. I got down more and laid on my back for what seemed like hours. I heard the footsteps walking towards me, but then I saw red and blue lights flashing. I felt relieved. The footsteps sprinted back the direction that they came from, and a familiar voice. It sounded like my teacher. It was Mr. Cray and Mr. Sharp.
What the frick?
Oh, are they the policemen or are they the criminals? Oh my god, oh my god. They're nighttime police. They're like superheroes.
Their side job.
Teacher in the day, police in the night. I wasn't too surprised since they were acting weird from the beginning, but then I realized something. They were planning this out the whole time, and those people they were texting are probably after me as well. Without thinking, I rounded the bush towards the cop who had already let the 2 men go. "Help," I yelled towards him. "Oh my god, are you alright? Are you hurt?" he asked. "You shouldn't have let those 2 men go. They were chasing me down and I had to hide in the woods. Alright, I need you to tell me what happened." He replied. I told him everything, and then he asked for me to get in his car because he was going to drive me home. Oh boy.
He's the bad guy, probably.
They're the bad guy. It's 100%.
They're tricking.
They're tricking him. Oh boy. I was relieved. He got in the back of his car and drove me all the way home, asking questions and giving him answers. After I got home, I called my mother, telling her what happened. She was shocked and decided to come over for the rest of the night. In the morning, she left, and a couple of hours after she did, I turned on the TV to see what was happening. I had found out that those two men were found and arrested. The next thing was so shocking, I had actually almost threw up. The policeman was after me as well, and he was with Mr. Crane and Mr. Sharp to come and take me. To this day, I wonder what would have happened if they didn't catch those 3 men in time. Never walk alone. What? Why did he actually drop him off at home then? And how did the police know that they were doing that to a kid? If he was the... What? The story didn't make sense.
2 policemen. I don't know.
It says the policeman that took him home was with them and trying to take him too.
I guess there was the red and blue light was the police, like the bad policeman, and then the good policeman came to like
but then how would he have identified the policeman on the TV and known it was the one that tried taking him, or known it was the policeman if they arrested him too? This is a stupid that.
This is kind of. To be fair, I don't know.
To be fair, I don't know. Yeah, I give that story a 2 out of 5.
Yeah,
it was entertaining, but then it didn't really make sense at the end. What?
1.
I feel like we just have this
honestly
series to shit on people's stories. People come here and we take people's stories and they just shit on it. I'm sorry, people.
Yeah, we're just harsh critics, and it has to be good.
Yes, I've been watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay recently, so I feel over.
You feel the Ramsay vibes.
I feel the need to do this.
The difference is that like you don't write stories or whatever. You just critique.
I just critique it. But yeah, that didn't make sense. That didn't make sense.
Then, to make up for this not as good story, let's try reading another one.
All right, sweet. Are you gonna read this one, or
I'll read this one? Yeah. So this story is called "That One Bus Night" by _Mastodon.
Mastodon.
6 Mastodon.
Mm-hmm.
Then Mastodon 6198. Okay.
All right.
Let's get into it. I would rather keep my identity unknown, so call me Abby. I'm here to tell you and warn you about your late night trips on the bus. Here's my story. It's always about it's pretty similar to that one, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, okay. It was late at night while working my night shifts at the neighborhood grocery store. My boss comes up to me and says, "I need you to leave. Everything in the store is shut off and we might need a mechanic to fix it, which won't be until tomorrow." I follow her rules and grab everything and go. Where I lived was far as hell, so I knew I had to be extra careful. I ran out of my pepper spray and couldn't afford another, which was a bummer. I sat there at my bus stop waiting for my bus to arrive.
Wait, how did she run out of pepper spray? This bitch must run into hella creeps.
Honestly,
or she's just pepper spraying just for fun. She just goes around just like, how do you run out of pepper spray like that?
You never know. This might be like a really ghetto place, you know? While waiting, I started to notice a man in a black suit was across the street. He was staring at me excessively next to his black car. I felt uncomfortable and kept looking the other way to see if my bus was coming. It was at the streetlight before the stop. The bus arrived and the man speeds into his car. That's when my anxiety raises more. My heart is racing and I don't know what to do. Thinking to myself, so many things could happen if he is following me. Is this guy hoping to snatch me up? What is his intentions? I think to myself. Honestly, I what do you call it? I sympathize. Not. But like, you know, when I'm like walking and stuff and there's just like a car like there, it's like kind of scary.
Oh yeah, for sure. So one time I was walking from my my house to Happy Lemon, and then like it was at night. Cause like friends were there and they're like, "Oh my god, I would live right there," and like, "Oh my god, come walk over here." I'm like, "Okay." That was like a last minute decision to walk there, and then so as I was walking there, I walked by like an abandoned Coco's, and then like right next to it, like there's a McDonald's, and people were like driving by the abandoned Coco's, and it was really like it was creepy, And then like as I was walking by it, a car like was driving by me, but as it passed me, it like slowed down, and I got
Oh,
really
shoot.
scared and I ran.
Yeah, I know. At those moments, you just run. But
Yeah.
it's also like you don't want to show that you don't want to look weird or whatever, you know?
Yeah, so no, honestly, at that point, I really didn't care if I was being weird or whatever. I just sort of ran. That bitch slowed down,
Yeah,
so
you
I
know.
I
It's just
just
better
dipped.
to like not die
Yeah,
or get, I don't know, kidnapped or something.
yeah.
I couldn't see the car mainly because of the bus windows and how they were formed. I thought he was probably behind us. I was scared to the point where my thoughts were rushing so fast. I started to see where I get off at and start planning my escape. My escape. Finally, my stop. My
We're
mouth
both
is not moving.
messing up
Oh
and
my
reading.
god.
I'm seeing imaginary words. You just sort of.
I'm just trying to read it, but my mouth isn't moving the way I want it to. Finally, my stop came and I get off. I look around and that's when my heart stops. My palms are sweating and I feel myself get into sprint mode. The same car, the guy I saw and was right there. I start running into the neighborhood and look back. He is still chasing me. I try figuring out a way to lose him and I run into a random person's backyard to make him think that's where I lived. I broke into the shed and locked it. I start to hear footsteps and hard aggressive breathing. This man isn't stable mentality wise. Next thing you know, I hear him say, "Let me kill you, my dear. I want to save your flesh for my dinner." What the
What? Excuse me.
This is just like... I was terrified. It goes silent and the man runs off once he hears the people come out angry. I run out and I ask them to call 911. It's been a month and I ended up finding out that the man that chased me was a serial killer traveling and killing many victims and skinning them. He went by the name The Flesh Man.
The Flesh Man. Aren't we all flesh men deep inside?
Sounds like some bad like DC hero name.
The Flesh Man.
Villain, yeah.
Villain. No, that's every DC villain.
I guess the FBI found multiple bodies in his house and all of them were skinned and stored in the fridge. I would have became a victim. Moral of the story is, you don't know what you will encounter at night, but it's sure not good. Okay, similar situation, kinda. It's like traveling alone at night to your house. Basically, the moral of the story of both of them is to not go at night by yourself.
Yeah.
Which, I like take walks at night, so.
I don't take walks at night. There's a park next to my house where a kid got murdered at.
Actually?
Yeah, they have a whole Snapchat story about it.
Oh, Jesus. I think there was like a... oh wait, yeah, that, like, don't take a walk. I think there, near my house somewhere, like, kind of in the neighborhood, there was like this one grandma that got killed by like someone, by like a hammer or something.
Oh my god.
I don't know, it's weird. So, thank you for joining us.
Oh yeah.
Watch our other series, watch our other subs.
Wait. I didn't give my consensus on the story. Excuse
I
me.
forgot.
Excuse me.
I didn't really get to either.
We need to give our consensus then. What's the consensus on this one, Chief?
So, it was okay.
Yeah, I feel like this one.
But it was kind of like, it was kind of normal.
Yeah, it was
know?
very plain.
I think this might
have
be
been a real story, low key. And we're just judging someone's life story.
It's not that good of a story.
But no. If it's like a true story, then yeah, it's a pretty scary
that's
story.
Crazy. But
no,
still,
we
like,
can just look it up by looking up Flesh Man.
The Flesh Man.
Yeah, we can just look up the Flesh Man. All right, I give that story
no
a
one's named
3 out of 5.
Okay, since it's fake news. I'm sorry.
Or actually, no, I give it a 2 out of 5 as well. Like this one was
I'll
more.
give this a 3 out of 5. It's like kind of scary, but it's like really normal.
It was really
like really basic.
Yeah, basic. Yeah.
Bare bones.
I'd say it was more of a cohesive story than the last one.
Yeah, it makes sense at least.
But like, there was no real like.
I want more
like
substance,
punchline, right? Yeah,
At the end,
there's
there
no
always
like
has to be like the bam, like
a twist, you know.
yeah, like our
Like
previous
on the last
stories.
one, like, oh my god, the policeman was a bad guy, and then you know this one
Kind of like that,
was
but like they executed that pretty bad.
yeah.
But that is like kind of needed in stories, I think, in like online scary stories at least.
Yeah.
Dude, that by the end of this series, we'll be like the
We're
best.
gonna be
We'll
English
know everything
professors.
about how to make a good
CEOs
scary
of
story.
horror
So my
stories.
score, yeah, is 3 out of 5. Yours is
I gave it a 2 out of 5 as well.
all right.
I'm
So,
very harsh.
anyways, thanks.
Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for joining us. Tune in to the next GONG video.
And
That'll be up when it's uploaded,
bam.
you know. All right. Good night, everybody. Have a good time. Don't walk at night alone or take
3,
night
2,
with
1,
night.
cut.